how have you prepared for the higher altitude you're going to face this weekend in Mexico City?
My honest answer is I haven't done anything to prepare for that. I've spent some time down in Mexico, and I I don't know. I've been down there. I don't think it's going to be a huge deal. I could be completely proven wrong, but just prepared as normal as I would for the other 37 weekends. So I feel I kind of get myself, I don't want to say like spun out, but sometimes when it's a new race weekend like this, I feel like a lot of people try to not over prepare, but do things differently. And it just has never worked for me. And so approaching it as if it's any other race weekend, it's an awesome road course. And we're just outside of the country. So still points that are going to be given, and still going to be road racing. It's still a cup race. So big effort going at it. Been a little different, I guess, from like a film standpoint of like not really knowing what to watch. A F1 car, watching that doesn't really do it for me. But I've kind of watched like old highlights. I think where like Denny won the race or something like that. But and then obviously I've spent uh numerous laps on our Ford sim, and so that's been probably the most helpful thing. But it's just going to be kind of attacking the race weekend. I fortunately have a good amount of road course experience, and showing up to new racetracks was something that I just grew up doing. So I'm excited for it. I love the cup car on a road course. And yeah, I know how electric the fan base is going to be down in Mexico City. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Morning. Hey, Zane. Eddie Kalegi Motorsports today. I think it's interesting with some of the newer tracks on NASCAR's circuit in the Cup Series, like Iowa, lesser extent Gateway. You had prior experience in other series racing there, and that's not the case this weekend. So, how does that impact things from a preparation standpoint that it's basically a level playing field for everybody going in blind?
Yeah, which I think an occasional weekend like this is really cool. Just I didn't get to do the first Chicago race, but I remember like all the talk around it of like, man, what what do we watch? And how do you prepare for this? And so it kind of reminds me of that. But this at least is a, I don't want to say or knock Chicago in any way because it's a ton of fun, that road course, but you're racing on a street. This is a proper road course. F1 goes here. And so if you're going to do it this way, I feel this is the best way you could possibly do it. And I remember when we were kind of in all these different road courses throughout like Truck and Xfinity or whatever. And then I remember when we first went to Coda, I was so excited because I knew that was a proper road course, and it felt that way just in practice and everything. And so, yeah, I'm excited for that. It seems a little bit of everything. It kind of reminds me of Watkins Glen in a way, which has been a great track for me. Just kind of a fast, longer straightaway road courses where you really got to execute your braking zones. And then it's a little hint of Coda with the stadium section. So just kind of trying to like diagnose what I've had from all these different road courses and apply my strong suits, my weak suits, and hopefully apply them to the weekend. But I don't think any of us are going to know how we truly are until we unload down there.
I know, Zane, you said that you weren't going to worry about the altitude and you hadn't prepared. How has NASCAR prepared you for this? We've heard in the bubble, don't go anywhere. We've heard that Daniel Suarez has got a great place for everybody to go eat. We've heard that the teams are preparing. Are you mainly prepared by the team? What has NASCAR done to prepare you? How will it be different, or won't it be?
My honest answer is there's a lot of overreaction from majority of the industry, and it's frustrating to hear and deal with. I've spent a good amount of time down in Mexico. I know I vacation in a different spot with a group of friends in Cabo. It seems like for the past few years, but there's a lot of people that are overreacting, and it reminds me of somewhat of Chicago too, of like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a train wreck. And then we go to Chicago and they're like, oh my gosh, this was the most fun weekend ever. And so
Yeah.
you just have to know what to expect a little bit. And in Mexico City, and in Mexico in general. You know, there's good and bad areas as there is everywhere. And yeah, I mean, you definitely do have to watch what you eat and drink. From my standpoint, I know what I'll be eating and drinking because I've been on the good and bad side of that. But yeah, just common sense, be smart, and yeah, just I feel like the saying "better safe than sorry" is definitely true this weekend. And so, and then yeah, the altitude stuff. Yeah, I mean that's going to be different to us, but you know, we're I want to say like all in pretty good shape. I mean, there's at least on Sunday we race a lot, and you don't really see a lot of guys that like flop out of the seat on Sunday. Maybe like a really hot weekend. But the last I've checked the weather, it looks like kind of like chillier and cold, rainy-ish. Um, so it's not so much the heat standpoint. It's just I don't know. I guess yeah, the altitude, but yeah, wait, I don't know. I've been down there and I don't really notice a huge difference, but we'll see. I may completely be gassed after this race, and we'll see. But all in all, I'm gonna go have fun, and I can't wait to go do some road course racing down in Mexico.